ASP is proud to announce the third annual Images of Distinction Image Competition. This is going to be held February 17th and 18th, 2023. And I'm talking with Dwight Okumoto from Hawaii, who is one of the ASP IOD jurors. Tell us a little bit about Dwight.
Well, you see, I'm a professional. Well, I'm a photographer, of course, but portrait. I like to do portrait work, and my background would be practically everything except underwater. I don't like to jump into the water, even though I live in Hawaii. But I like to do everything else, and that's where I guess my background in judging has a lot of experience back. I mean, I guess some knowledge of what's going on with all the different categories of judging.
Gotcha. Hey, tell me about your judge's journey and why did you become a judge?
This happened way back in the 90s. So I think I got in someplace around 1996 judging, and there were a lot of different rules going on. At that time, there were only 10 elements. There were not 12 elements. So it goes way back from Roland Laramie and Harold Bovee, and those were the key players. And there's other photographers out there like Don Emmerich who really pushed me into getting into judging, and it really helped my work in my actual business work, but also looking at the type of photography done by my peers, and it was a really good experience. Learning the different type of techniques and what's going on with the judging. So that kind of really made me push to be a judge. So it was a really good journey.
Cool. Hey, other than impact, we're going to take that one off the shelf
Sure.
and we've got 11 other elements. Which one jumps forward for you?
Oh, gee. I noticed myself in the past couple of years, I've been talking a lot about element number 12, storytelling, and I know storytelling, it's toward the bottom, but everything is equal. But when I look at an image and boy, if I get some good storytelling, it sets the mood of what I'm looking for within that entry there. And the photographer from there, I take it, I look at the style that is involved and different techniques that are applied, and then it will lead up to the other 11 elements, and kind of push me into saying, hey, this has a lot of impact, or else it really struck and maybe struck hard on me and made me want to look more and pay attention to see, hey, what's involved in this image and what's going behind the maker, the photographer, what was involved to get this image here. So I thought, storytelling in the past few years was kind of important I noticed within my own judging.
Gotcha. Hey, how has image competition helped you and your business?
Right. That is a really good one. From the beginning, judging, image competition was more of like, hey, this is a different, when I'm judging, it's a different project that I'm working on. But then understanding a lot of the elements, what's going on, especially the technical side, when I'm doing my daily customer work, I find myself looking at the elements, what's involved. Let's say a portrait. I want to make sure the lighting is correct, the posing is correct. Is this pose correct with this subject here? Do we have physical challenges with this subject matter? Or else when I'm doing a wedding, does everything does it look pleasing, or does it want me as a viewer to, let's say, as the family looks at the wedding pictures, does the family want to see this? Am I telling the story correctly, or am I getting visual information out in my daily work? And I noticed it does help.
So image competition has made you just really be cognizant of you doing your job properly.
Yes, it has. It has. Yes.
Okay. So, how about a couple, one or two words of advice from Dwight Okamoto on maybe a new people coming into image competition, or even some of us old guys hanging in there?
Competition like, we want to get away from that word, because the competition is from yourself, within yourself.
Yeah.
And you are challenging yourself to do better or improve or try different techniques. So the new people that I see, I said, hey, don't be afraid. I was scared stiff. And Harold Bovee came over to my studio and says, why aren't you entering? And I told him I was afraid and I didn't have really great scores. But he says, no, he says, jump into the water, see how deep it is, and then find the shallow side where things will start to work for you. And it doesn't come automatically, but it's a self-improvement project that everyone can take and do daily, and it's very rewarding once you get the merits or just get nice critiques coming from the judges.
I like that analogy, jump into the water and find the shallow end. That's a great idea. All
Yeah,
right. So I want to say thanks to Dwight Okamoto,
sure.
who's going to be one of our ASP Images of Distinction jurors. Have a great one, Dwight.
Thank you, Bob. See you later.
Mark your calendars now and get ready for the ASP Images of Distinction.